Leslie, he catches it on the floor. Tiptoes into the end zone. Touchdown!
Alright guys, hello. It has been a minute since we sat down and did a video. So I know this year really hasn't been mostly great news, but at least the last 2 or 3 videos have been good news. We missed a lot, of course. I was on vacation in Myrtle Beach. There were a few things I missed I wanted to talk about, and there also were things on the Vault channel I want to talk about, and that's why this will be posted on both channels. So we're going to have 2010 Georgia-Arkansas video coming up today on both channels, and of course the Vault with the video, and then the regular highlights on the main channel. I wanted to talk about a few things real quick. As my thing just kicked off, I hope that didn't end my recording. It did not. We need to close some of this real quick. Okay, so number one, and this is the main reason why this could be posted on the main channel. Georgia and Georgia Tech basketball game was announced. Georgia and Georgia Tech will play November 20th. So Georgia plays North Carolina November 13th. Georgia Tech November 20th. Kind of seems to be that Georgia is gonna play North Carolina just like It's funny, in 1997-98 season, Georgia played Georgia Tech, then North Carolina. So it seems to be that this season Georgia is going to play North Carolina and Georgia Tech and North Carolina in back-to-back games. Again, November 30th, November 13th for North Carolina, November 20th for Georgia Tech. But I looked at both those dates are like Fridays, so there's a chance that maybe a game could be added in that week before, like, in the middle of those games. But to be honest with you, I don't really think Georgia needs that. I don't think they should add a game just because you're already going to be playing a very tough game. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to add just more luggage and whatnot to your schedule. But I mean, they do obviously they need to do what they need to do. I'm just speaking from my standpoint. You play North Carolina, and then that's probably well deserved for a break before you play Georgia Tech. So, God, I'm tired. I'm tired. Anyway, I want to congratulate David Johnston, one of Georgia's baseball announcers. He's going to be on the Georgia football coverage this year. He'll be taking for Dog Talk pre and post game, and probably the host of the Bulldog Brunches. That's what I heard, but it is official that he will do pre and post game. David Johnston, I can't believe he hasn't been on the football coverage in the past. I know they used to do the fifth quarter show, but I always felt like he should have been on it to begin with. So, that's maybe making light of a bad situation, a very, very bad situation. But good job for David Johnston, and we can't wait to. I can't say that I'll be listening, but I'm happy for him. I definitely will be happy for him because he deserves it. He should have been on the football coverage a long time ago. Now, let's get to also, there was SEC Media Day. Nothing, in my opinion, nothing of notable things happened. Nothing noteworthy. I didn't even get to watch Georgia's Day, so I guess it was probably just the same thing it always is. So anyway, let's jump to what you're probably here for. 2 things. I made a post on it, on the community post, but now I'm making a video of it. This video won't be long. I'm not going to keep you for a long time, but processing the old games now start now. We're going to have 2010 Arkansas game premiering today. I have to make 3 different variants of that game. So After we do, we're going to move on. There are a few games that already have been done. We're not going to do, like, just specifically, we're going to do, like, we won't do 2010 Louisiana Lafayette, 2010 South Carolina, 2010 Colorado, and 2013 Auburn. Those are games that already have been edited on the main channel, and to be honest, I don't feel like going through them right now, though we'll get them later. We'll get them later after, we'll get them in a little while. We're not worried about that right now. After Arkansas, I believe Georgia faced Mississippi State, but I don't know if the Mississippi State game is on YouTube or not with footage. And it's not, it's just highlights, I believe. Yeah, it's just highlights. So that's something else I wanted to say too. And I know you guys are gonna say, "What are you talking about?" I want to say this, and um, okay. So what I want to say is, a lot of these games, a lot of these games will not even have. Some of these games won't have no footage completely, like just the 2010 Mississippi State game. There's only highlights, but there's no footage of this game whatsoever. And then the second thing is, yeah, a lot of these games are going to be in very terrible quality because you got to think, especially if we get the games from 2009, we won't, but from 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe even going into 15 to 16, high definition really wasn't I mean, it was, but I mean, a lot of people didn't have access to high definition. So, like, for example, I could just share a picture of it, and if you're watching from the YouTube channel, you won't see it, but if you're watching from the stream cast, you will. Quality's bad in that 2010 Arkansas game, so it's just something that we're going to have to bypass. And to be quite honest with you, I don't care because I mean the games from 2007 and 2008 I've done have been very bad quality, but I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to. I've never said it when it comes to those games of 2007 and 2008. But since we have a lot more now, I wanted to make that known. That yeah, there are going to be some games that are in not good quality. You can't do nothing about it. There are going to be games that have no footage at all. I mean, the 2010 UL Lafayette game, the 2010 Idaho State game, 2011 Coastal Carolina, 2011 New Mexico State. These games have almost quite literally no footage at all. So, it's just you're going to see gaps. You're going to be like, well, you have the 2010 South Carolina game. Where's the 2012 Florida game? And I hate it. The website didn't save that game on the old version of the website from when it was with CBS. It actually did. It had the entire game, but for some reason they've never had the 2012 Florida game. 2017 when they redid the website, 2017-18 I believe, when it went from CBS to Sidearm Sports. That is when I believe that it got redone. I also want to say this. I know it'll make people pull with their hair. We are going to have more basketball coming soon, especially when we get to football season. This has changed everything, guys. I mean, this channel was going to go idle for months. Like, this channel was going to be inactive for months. Both channels, pretty much, outside of occasional preview and post-game video on the main channel. This channel was going to be idle. So now, this has changed a lot, where now I have content to post during football season, and I'm thinking about saving a few games for when, like, just say, Georgia plays Arkansas. Um, Matter of fact, we will do that. I will save. I don't know how many games, but I will try to save a few games. Let's see Georgia's schedule this year. 'Cause I actually don't even know their schedule by heart. I know some of the teams they play. Georgia football schedule. So I'm having thoughts right now. So like 20, we play Tennessee State. I could post, the 2013 or 14 Georgia Clemson games. We played Western Kentucky. I could post a game from 20. I could post a game from a non-conference game from 2017 or 16. Arkansas. I'm pretty much sure I've already done the 2010 games. So when Georgia plays Arkansas, I'm pretty sure that'll be the 2014 game. Georgia and Oklahoma. That'll be a game I have to come out and that'll be a game I have to come out and decide which one, because Georgia's only played Oklahoma once, and that was the Rose Bowl, and I already have that game. Haven't decided for Vanderbilt yet. You could go 2011, but you also could go 2013 or 15 or 14. Alabama. Now, that doesn't leave me with a lot of choices for Alabama, because 2012 has already been done. 2007, 2008 were not from the website. They've already been done. That kind of leaves me the only one with 2015. For Auburn, I'm definitely thinking about 2014 Auburn. Florida, since I don't have the 2011 or 2012 games, I maybe thinking redoing the 2017 game, maybe 2015 or 16. Ole Miss, if I don't get past 2011, then that'll be the 2011 Ole Miss game. But if I do not, it'll be 2016 Ole Miss. Missouri, definitely going to be the 2016 Missouri game. South Carolina, definitely going to be the 2017 Missouri game, or South Carolina game. And then Georgia Tech, I have quite a few options here. Probably thinking maybe 2012. I've already posted 13 and 14. And the 2014 game is actually already on YouTube with the Georgia radio. So, and I'm at a point right now, like, where I'm trying to think about the right words to say, man. I don't know how to move on from what's happened, if that makes sense. Like, because it is the first time I'll admit this, man. This is the first time I'll admit this live on the air somewhere, and I hope you stuck around and listened to this. It feels like that if I continue to do radio highlights this year, that in a way I'm going against my own word, but not that's not it. That doesn't matter to me. But even more importantly, it's like I'm betraying Scott, and I can't do that. Like, that really is what that would feel like, because I mean, I hate that this is our only. I hate this is the only outcome of this is me not doing it no more, and I hate it. Because it never should have. I would have never imagined it ending like that. Not this year. Because before April 24th, I was looking so forward to the season. And I think it's delusion, because there's still a part of me hoping that something will change. And I know at this point it's not, because I mean, they're already setting this crew up for the season. Like, there's something like mentally wrong right here where I'm still thinking that like it's gonna be normal. It's gonna be what we've got to, what we've grown to love, and what you, the viewer, have grown to love on this channel, and what I've grown to love outside of the channel. Because this just isn't something for YouTube. I mean, when I tell you guys I listen to these games and I love these people, that's not something on YouTube. That is real. That's real life. Like, this isn't a persona or a character or anything like that. This is real. Like, I've really been impacted by this. And there's no way to get over it, because if I would continue to listen and would continue to do radio highlights, I'm failing the person that got me into it and betraying them, and pretty much saying that it's okay to do what's happened, and it's not. But at the same time, I mean, God, 2019, 2018, maybe even 2017. I mean, I've been waking up. I've been listening to the entire coverage for a very long time now. It really started specifically in 2019, but there were times I did before that. It's like I don't know what to do. That's the way I could put it. I'll be honest. I don't know what to do. You know, I'm completely lost of what to do, to be honest. Because if I continue, then literally everything in the off season that I've said has been total bullcrap, and you know, I'm pretty much saying it's okay to fire somebody who did nothing wrong, and I support the change, and I support the way they did it, and I don't. But at the same time, if I don't do radio highlights, there's going to be people wondering where they're at. There's going to be people saying, oh, you must not like Jeff Dantzler. And that's not true, because Jeff Dantzler's a friend. I love JD, and I feel bad for him, because this has nothing to do with him at all. Now, John Stinchcomb, yes. I've said that. I have admitted that on this channel, that I will hold something against him, because, I mean, he never even had called a Georgia game. So they hired him for no reason, just because, like, nepotism or something. That's, again, I don't mean that in a mean way. I'm just telling you my thoughts I have with it. Jeff done nothing wrong. Matter of fact, Jeff said it's like, well, they just did something, so let me get this job. Let me get my bread. And he's right. But I can't support it willingly, knowing that my favorite announcer of all time was done wrong for no reason at all, just because a bunch of old great people were mad, and the athletic director wanted his buddies to do the radio broadcast. So you fire Scott for no reason. You know, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I can't support it, but at the same time, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss not waking up no more doing radio. I'm going to miss staying up till 2 or 1 o'clock editing videos with the radio. And I mean, I'm going to miss listening to the radio covers the entire hour. For a while, they told us not even going to be that long no more, that they're changing it completely, so who knows. But, I mean, I miss it. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it very... This hasn't been easy. Like, there are people who just think that from looking at this channel and what's been going. Nah, this has not been easy. This has been very hard. This has been the most difficult and hardest thing I've ever had to do on YouTube. Actually, going back to 2021 when I was going through other stuff mentally in 21 and 2022 that made those two football seasons very unenjoyable, especially 2021. I calmed down a lot at the end of 2022. I was still angry, but then 2023 happened. I was a completely new person. I was like, that's really when this current era of content started, was 2023. But another thing too is the memories. Like, I'm not ready to let go of the memories. It's just a funny story. I had surgery in 2023. If you're a main channel viewer, you know this. But if you're on the Vault channel, you might not know. I had surgery in 2023. In the very first game, Georgia played Tennessee Martin or something like that. UT Martin. And I had to record that game sitting sideways. Like, I was at my desk. I had surgery on my foot. I wasn't able to walk. I literally was in crutches in a wheelchair. And it was supposed to be elevated. I was in my chair sideways with my feet on a chair. It was the most uncomfortable position. But I did it, and I got the radio highlights because I was like, I want to hear Scott in the game, The measures I went to make sure that you guys had the best coverage, that you guys had the best videos, that I gave it my all every single time. I did every single time I recorded a video. I gave it my all. And it's unfortunate that things happen. There never was a time there never has been a time, especially when I was younger. Let's just go back 2020, 2021, when my content was way different than it is now. There never was a time that I imagined that Scott wouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like, I always imagined Scott would be there. Him not being there was never a thought. And that's what hurts me the most, is because he still should be there. And the memories I have with this, I put it like this, man. Who's the profile picture on this channel? Who's on the banner of this channel? What's the name of the channel? This new crew, and granted, it's technically not new, but the Jeff Dantzler and John Stitchcomb crew, with the exception of Hondo and Lauren, like, that's not what built this channel. Scott Howard is what built this channel. It was so bad, it was different last year. I always said Scott, Eric, Hondo, the gang. Well, Eric was gone. It took a lot to get used to Josh Brock, but I really ended up enjoying him. He was terrific. He was a great announcer who didn't deserve what happened to him either. Excuse me. That's something that gets lost in this too. Josh Brock didn't deserve to get fired. And I don't support it at all. I don't support this at all. I support excuse me. I support Jeff Dantzler, but I do not support John Stitchcomb. I do not support anybody else who was involved in this decision. And I always love and support Hondo and Lauren and David Johnston for that matter. But I mean, for the actual people involved and the new color guy, I don't support one bit. I mean, if you wanted to do this, I have something for you. I had an idea. Doodle walks behind me. I had an idea. I said, you gonna make a change, okay? do what you did to Josh Brock, but then bring Shock in as the cover analyst and put Jeff on the sidelines. That would have worked perfect. It's already worked because there were games that already happened in. That happened in the 2021 South Carolina game and the 2023 Georgia-South Carolina game. They ran that literal exact same crew and it worked. If you not believe me, go back to those games and listen. It was fun to listen to, but instead, they chopped the head off of two guys who did nothing wrong whatsoever. So now we have to live with us, the fans, have to live with the aftermath of our favorite announcer being gone because so-and-so didn't like them and so-and-so wanted their guys to come in and do it now. If you guys hear that's Doodle, I'm sorry. Well, that's pretty much what happened. And, you know, people are going to get mad. I don't care. I'm not moving on from this. Like, I will talk about this for a long time because I will not move on from this, man. And you need to unsubscribe to this channel if you're tired of hearing about it. Respectfully, you need to go somewhere else to find your content because I know what happened. And sorry guys if you hear my dog in the back, and I'm getting a little snuffy too, but I know what happened, and I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not afraid to speak out. You know, I don't know why people have been so timid or afraid to speak out about this. I'm not afraid to speak out. Like, my faith has taught me never to be afraid to speak out about things that you don't agree with. And this is the prime example of this. I'm not afraid to speak out that Scott was done wrong. Everybody, and it seems to be too, that everybody know he was done wrong, but for some reason don't have the balls or the courage or whatever it is to actually admit that he was publicly admit that he was done wrong and done dirty. So, I'll always stand up for Scott Howard. That's the main literal part of this channel. Wanted to add one more thing, guys. They said that my FOI request, if you remember, on June 23rd, they started process for the games. They said it would take at least 20 business days, and unfortunately, I feel like it's already been past 20 business days, so I really don't know what happened with that. If I don't get an email, I will, if I don't get an email, I'll say something about it, but I don't really know what happened with that. I don't know why it's been so long. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you for watching. Again, just a quick roundup. Georgia Tech basketball will be November 20th. And we have started the process. I'll play it one more time for you. Let's see, can I find a Georgia touchdown? I don't think I can. Just because I was trying to do it very quick. We're starting the process of getting the Georgia and Arkansas games done. Here, I can play a clip from it right here.
It doesn't get much more difficult than that. He's running out hard to his left. That ball was down by just below his knees. He's able to, on a dead run, go down there and catch it as he's looking around Arkansas defenders.
Tremaine Thomas was covering. You can't cover that. That was a fine catch by the tight end White. Now it's 1st and goal from the 3 for the Dogs offense. Murray brings the man in motion. That's Marlon Brown. On the near hash, the Dogs work. Hand off to Ely. Straight ahead. Running. Touchdown! Sean Ely, first.
So yeah, we're gonna have the old games premiering, and some will be saved for football season. But guys, I mean, pretty much when we get to September, it's gonna be basketball, man. We're gonna move 100% into basketball mode. I'm excited. Since the channel is going back pretty much exclusively basketball only, not the Vault channel, the main channel. Since we're going back specifically basketball only, it's been a long time since we've done this, so I'm excited. So justice for Scott Howard, and let's go Dogs.